The top of the Empire State Building.
Z100, New York.
I'm Crystal Rosas inside of our Z100 Artist Interview Lounge by Hackensack Meridian Health. What's good, Hackensack? Thank you, guys. And we are having Fletcher in the building today.
Hello. Hi, guys. What's
Getting
up?
used to that cough button.
I know. I'm practicing. I'm like clearing my throat for the dramatic speech I'm about to give.
Joey,
The
we need a
dramatic
nail
speech.
cam real quick. Nail cam, please, because we have some important claws.
We do. We got some
Yo.
important clothes. We got this. It's the Girl of My Dreams like album artwork colors. And then it's GOMD
Yes.
in honor of the album.
How often do you like to get your nails done?
Honestly, like I try to get them done as often as possible, but I like basically live on the road these days, so it's kind of hard to like find different places for that. But I just had to go all out for the the dramatic album release today.
Girl of My Dreams. How are you feeling? Like, you're getting incredible feedback. You're already #1 on Apple. So
Yeah, it's been a wild like last 12 hours. I have been like preparing for this moment and to have my debut album out for such a long time, and to know that it's finally here and like get to share it with the world, like something that I've been keeping like so private and close to my chest forever, is like such a weird, like I gave birth today, and it's like now it's everybody else's baby too. So it's crazy.
well, it's been a long time coming because we've had music from you for a long time, EPs and like smaller projects, but this is your debut, your baby, everything that you've been working for to now. And you've been getting such great feedback. Everyone has been freaking out over it. So do you feel like a sense of relief, or are you still kind of nervous about the feedback?
Yeah, there's always this like weird thing as an artist when you put out music of just like, how significant and important it is to you. And then there's also this, idea of like, okay, you want it to do well and for it to like mean something to somebody else. But like at the end of the day, like just getting to actually like share this music and these things that have just been so close to my heart for so long is like, it's a relief. But like my writing and songwriting has been like therapy for me like my whole life. And so to now get to share those like innermost workings and thoughts is like such a crazy experience.
And who's been your go-to when you're maybe not sure, kind of a little worried of, should I go this way with this? Or what do you think about this? Who have you been like FaceTiming or texting right away if you're a little worried about something?
I luckily have, like a really amazing community of artist friends that I've been able to like lean on in times of, we have such like a weird job, and it's a weird thing that we do, and having so much, especially for me, like an artist that has so much personal information out there, and I like write about my relationships and my breakups and my heartbreaks and in like a really like confessional, like open my page from a diary way and like put it into a song. And so like people like Julia Michaels is somebody that's just been like such an amazing like friend and person to me, who I've just been, I'm like, oh, like we talk about like songwriting, we've written things together and just like what's going on in our lives. And Kelsey Ballerini is somebody who's also been like really present for me in my life. And to have just like a community of like artist friends and people that you can kind of like lean on in weird times and talk about things with is really special.
It really is. We definitely need people to lean on sometimes when we're like, okay, is this the way it should go or not?
And just to like know each other, and like even Marshmello, who's like a really close friend of mine, and we got to collaborate on my album as well. He produced track 6. It's called Conversations on my album. And yeah, just to like have that community, I think is like so important.
Let's talk about the collabs, because it being your debut album, I mean, you had to be like really particular about the sound, your relationships you've built over this time.
Yeah.
So like, who are you most excited about, or how has that been collaborating with these artists?
Yeah, it's been really exciting. I mean, Marshmello and I, we were in the studio and this song came about, and he ended up, producing it, and it just felt like it really fit the narrative of my record. And I, I'm always working on some things and have like some collaborations up my sleeve. But this album, there's no features on it or anything like that, because it's just, this album has been about the transformation of going through like a really, really deep, intense heartbreak, and how that kind of like transforms into some more like radical self-love. And so this album is like for me, and I wrote this song for like the little version of me that really needed it. And so yeah, in terms of, but there's always a future with lots of, with collaborations and people that I just am like really big fans of, like fangirls of, that I would love to like make music with someday. Yeah.
Well, earlier you mentioned that you really are so vulnerable with rewriting. You put everything that you go through out on paper, out in your songs. We have talked about your single, Becky's So Hot. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, everyone is freaking out over it. Like, okay, what is Becky saying? Have you talked to her about it?
Okay, so so how Becky's So Hot came about was I was in the studio and I was writing a different song at the time, and my ex's new girlfriend had posted a picture on Instagram wearing an old vintage t-shirt of my ex's. And I was like creeping, obviously, naturally, as we do. We got to like see the vibes, see what's going on, who our exes are dating.
Yes.
And I accidentally liked the picture on Instagram. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to lean in. I'm going to leave the like. I'm not going to quickly unlike it because I'm like, what if she's on Instagram and she sees it? So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to leave it. I was creeping. I own it. But she also looked so hot in the t-shirt. So like, I couldn't even be mad. I'm like, yeah, this kind of stings, but like, also I get it. And I wrote a song about, my ex's new girlfriend being really hot in the old vintage t-shirt, hotter than I used to look wearing it. So like, that's the tea.
Did they respond about it or no? Are we like on not talking terms?
I communicated like all, everything that was coming and the songs and what things were about and what they were called, and having open dialogue like amongst exes in general. I'm like an artist that writes about my relationships and takes so much inspiration from like my feelings, and I like write about my perspective. So giving that like communication, being like, hey, this is what's happening, is something that's like really, really important for me. And however somebody chooses to like publicly respond to that is like not really something that's like in my control. I'm just like, go off, claim it for yourself, make t-shirts. Like I approve of this message.
I have to say, I think it's so brave of you to do that, because I talk to you guys all the time. I have a podcast where I go on a date every week with a different guy, but
Amazing.
I don't tell them what I do. Like, they don't know, like, you're dating people and they know you. So is that like really hard for you, like right now in your state of dating and meeting people?
Yeah, my love life's like a little bit non-existent at the moment, and mostly in the sense that I just am like, obviously you learn so much about yourself through other people, and that's like such a key part of like your journey, and we get wounded in relationships, so we also heal in them. But I've like very been explicitly more so focusing on like my relationship with myself. But yeah, it's really weird territory, like trying to navigate like dating in any sense, because I'm like, if you date, you know that you're going to get a lot of songs written about you, right? Like that's probably going to be a thing. And it's sort of just this unwritten acknowledgement that it's like, hey, you date a songwriter and an artist. It's kind of just comes with the territory.
Mm-hmm. Like Taylor Swift type of thing, yes.
Yeah, like Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, like so artists in general, like we're feelers. Like that's how we make music, and that's what we pull from to talk about like our life experiences.
And then seeing the music that you make come to life on stage. I mean, not only your tour, we'll get to that, but on Jimmy Fallon a few days ago. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that was a wild experience. It was a dream come true. Jimmy's like such a nice guy, which feels so funny to even say, like, yeah, Jimmy Fallon's such a good guy.
No, tell me about all of it, like backstage. How was that? And then building up to the performance.
It's a crazy concept to put so much preparation into something that it's like 3 minutes of time. It's just, you get like one take and then that's it. And then the world sees it. But to get to, that was my first time performing that song on like any TV show or anything like that. So it felt really cool to debut it there, like, leading up to my debut album. And yeah, backstage was really cool. Jimmy came back and said hi to me before we went on stage. We took a little selfie. I made a version of Becky So Hot when I filled in the name with Jimmy So Hot and like made a TikTok with it. Yeah, it was a really fun day.
Yes. And then also we're seeing you on tour. You're taking the album on tour. You're going to Canada too. What are we going to get out of your tour? Like, how's the prep been going, and what are you excited for your fans to see?
Yeah, I'm about to go on my 4th headlining tour of this year, which is really crazy. And
dang, you're busy.
Going all over. I mean, a Fletcher show is just honestly like, I really just want people to come and show up as they are and like present with their feelings and in the state that they're in. Like if they want to come and you want to get like wasted at the bar, cool, let's get drunk at the bar. You want to like scream and dance and cry, like also do that. If you want to make out with somebody in the bathroom, like also here to provide those vibes. Like I just want, and sometimes when I look out in the audience, I will see all of those things taking place like in the course of one song. Like two people are like
wild.
And like two people are like having sex in the back. I'm like, somebody else is like wasted in the corner. Like there's just so much chaos going on. I just am like, this is on brand. I'm a Pisces. So I'm just like, yes, feelings, give it all to me. All the complexity, all the nuance. Like I want to feel it all. And so, yeah, if you're just like looking to have like probably like a weird, unpredictable night, like, and let go of emotions, come to a Fletcher show.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, I definitely need to check it out.
Yeah.
And you're also going to be my hometown of Oakland on this tour.
Sick.
So I'm so excited that you're going to be over there too.
Yeah.
And then let's get into now. Crystal's Cave is a segment I have where I talk about me, my life, my crevices. Last night I was out at a bar and I was at an event. I saw one of my exes there and I ran out. We made eye contact. It was weird. I was the type of person that didn't want to engage. I don't want that kind of negativity. So I just sprinted out. How are you, Fletcher, acting if you're somewhere, you know they're going to be there, your ex finally shows up?
Do you know what's so crazy is that like I have not been in the experience where I've like run into an ex. There was like one time I knew I was going to run into an ex, but I had prior knowledge that they were going to be there. And so I was like able to mentally prepare, but I've been thinking about that. I'm like, oh, what would I do? You know, you wonder if you're like, am I a fighter, a flighter, a freezer? Are we communicating? Are we going to acknowledge each other? Can we both just coexist but not say anything? That feels weird, but leaving feels like weird too, but you don't know until you're in that situation. I don't have that much experience with it, to be honest. So I'm looking to you right now for the advice.
I flopped. I just ran out. I was like, no, I'm not having this like timeout. I'm done. But okay, well, maybe if it does happen, we'll see, because you really don't know how it is until you get there.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, but it feels nerve wracking, you know, so much like pent up emotion. And then you're just like, and you know what drives me the most crazy is like shallow surface level conversation. You know, the fact that like you used to see people naked and then you go to like, I hope you've been well. What?
So lame.
That's so lame and it's so
Fake.
weird. You know, like, yeah. And it's just like, okay, this is like, I'd rather just be like, this is weird. This is weird. Good to see you. Weird. Bye.
Next. Now, us Pisces, even though we have a million things going on at one time, we always are looking to the next thing.
Yeah.
And you're on your tour now, but you know the album is already here. Is there a next for you right now, or are you just like, I want to take in this moment and just breathe and be present?
Yeah, I put like so much time and energy and my life like into this album, and so being really present with it is something that's super important to me. I'm from Jersey and I am playing a festival in Asbury Park this weekend called See Here Now, which I'm really, really excited about. And all my family and friends and grandma and like everybody in the town is like coming out to see the show, and to just like really be in this moment is something that's super important to me. But I also am really excited about the future too. I'm going on tour next year with Panic at the Disco. I'm opening for them on their arena tour in Europe in February 2023, playing like at massive venues. Like I am, you know, such a fan of Brendan Urie. Like he has one of the craziest vocals and voices of all time. And so I'm going to just be like a fangirl in the audience every night. So yeah, just like being present with it, but also, you know, looking forward to just like having an album that gets to take me around the world and music that gets to take me to places I've like only dreamed in my wildest dreams of going. Yeah.
Fletcher, inside of our Z100 Artist Interview Lounge, presented by Hackensack Meridian Health. Thank you so much, Hackensack. Again, I'm Crystal Rosas. Fletcher, the thing that you made time for us here today, you're so busy. I know you're like, must be tired because of all the things you got going on, but for real, like you're killing it.
Thank you.
You're on tour. Your album is on fire.
Thanks.
You're going to Europe next year. And so just thank you so much for taking the time and for being here and being present and for what you do for the fans and for the movement.
Of course. Thank you guys so much. And go listen to Girl of My Dreams.
From the top of the Empire State Building.
Z100.